Welcome back to yet another video review. I am the techgooch, and this week, or this time, we are looking at the new Amazon Fire TV stick, which I happen to be graced with after purchasing one at my local Best Buy. Now, first of all, right now this week it is on sale for 25 bucks. I think there are a few other retailers doing the exact same thing. So, at that price, you might want to go pick yourself up one for you, loved one, friend, whoever. But so the guy is pretty sweet. So let's take a peek what's in this box, shall we? So here we are. This is the stuff that comes in the box. This is obviously the remote. This is the Amazon Fire TV stick itself here. The micro USB cable. This happens to be about a 4-foot cable that comes with it. The HDMI extender, or obviously a way to get if you can't get this in a plug-in, or if you happen to be like me, and I'll show you in the video, have any kind of interference coming from this guy as well. It gets it away from the TV itself. So then the actual USB AC adapter, which comes with it as well, just a small slim one. Pretty nice little unit, actually, just like you would get with any smartphone or anything. But this allows you to obviously power it without depending on the TV's USB power. So obviously if your USB power of your TV turns off with the TV, well then this goes dead. So when you turn your TV back on, you'll have to wait for this thing to boot back up if this is your main source of TV. So I like to plug it right into the wall. It goes to sleep on its own, but same token, it's ready to go as soon as I turn the TV on. And then of course, it's standard user manual. It tells you exactly what all the buttons do, how to set it up. Pretty basic stuff. So, there's not a whole lot for me to show you in terms of, other than this plugs into the HDMI port on your TV. The USB cable plugs into this to power it. So it does need power because you don't get power out of HDMI. And then once you plug this either into the wall or into the TV itself, you're good to go. It boots up. I will say that it is maybe not quite as fast as an actual Amazon Fire TV, but it is very, very fast. So it's very peppy. I like it. The remote is smaller, and let me actually have my Amazon Fire TV remote. This is the actual Fire TV remote next to the Fire TV Stick's remote, so you can see that it is smaller. It is a hair thinner, but it definitely is not the same curvature as the Fire TV. This is the Fire TV Stick. This is the actual Fire TV remote, and same buttons except missing obviously the voice search, because the Fire TV Stick does not have it built into the remote. Although you can do it with the smartphone app that is currently available on Android, not coming on iOS soon. So you can still do voice search, but you can't do it with the remote like you can with the standard Fire TV. But all in all, while I do like the Fire TV's remote better, it should be better. It's $100 versus $39 or $40. So $100 versus $40 versus for the stick, retail of course. So yeah, this should be better in all regards. But for as much as it is, pretty inexpensive. Of course, takes 2 AAA batteries, and of course now I'm looking like a weakling. And of course they give you the Amazon basic batteries. But that's what it comes in the box, so you don't have to worry about buying batteries for it. And then you're all set to go. So the Fire TV stick, for the money that it costs, the $39, even if it wasn't the $25 special right now. So if you're seeing this later on, I apologize. But yeah, even at $39, it's a great value. And I actually turn it over to myself and show you exactly what it can do. So take it away, me. So here we are in the back of my TV, and you can see there I have a couple HDMI ports. That's all I have is 2 HDMI ports on this specific TV. This is just a bedroom TV, and so I have my Apple TV in my bedroom, runs in here, and then my Fire TV stick, which I have here, plugs into my second one. And you could power it off the USB port in the TV, but you could, obviously, if you turn off your TV or whichever, if these power down. So I just choose to run it directly with the power adapter. Obviously all these cables, the extension, which I'll actually go over why I put the extension on here in a minute, or the micro HDMI cable, or the power adapter, which is just the obviously brick that you plug into the AC power, is all included. So these are just cables for plugging it in, but that's how I have my setup. So here we have the Amazon Fire TV menu. If you watch my review of the Fire TV, or if you obviously have a Fire TV, it is the exact same menu as the Fire TV. The Fire TV stick and the Fire TV are very, very similar. A few other features. The remote is simpler. There's no voice command, so you can't, speak in and ask it to search for something. Little smaller because of that as well. And I'll actually grab the other remote and I'll show you them side by side as well. But it is very, very, very similar. Everything, essentially the menus are exactly the same. If you have one, it's going to appear the exact same with the other. The nice thing about the stick is that it doesn't take up space in your entertainment center, or in this case, in my bedroom, where I don't want it to take up space because I don't have space to give. I want everything as much behind the TV as possible, which is why I'm also going to be taking my Apple TV and mounting it behind the TV. And eventually when I do get that, I'll actually do a review on that small mount as well. But this is, there's not a whole lot to talk about here. If you have Netflix, Hulu, everything, the apps, everything's the same. Same thing with your Prime Video. If you are an Amazon Prime subscriber like I am, this is a way to get a lot of access to all your videos. In my case, because the Apple TV doesn't have it directly built into its system, and I was just getting sick of the whole having to have your smartphone, tablet, wherever open to slide stuff up on my Apple TV from Amazon Prime, I had to get something. And eventually, if they add an app for Apple TV, probably not going to be using the Fire TV much anymore, to be honest. Because with Netflix and everything, I use the Apple TV, and most of my content's on there. But when I want to be able to get access to the stuff I have access to, might as well get something. And the Fire TV stick is a perfect value. This week, as I'm speaking to you, is obviously the week of Thanksgiving, and it's coming up here. But these are $25 right now. You can't beat that deal. You can't even get a Chromecast for $25, and that does less than this guy does. Well, I shouldn't say that. It does more in all reality. But it's a confined device to a separate device, I guess. You have to have a smartphone, tablet, or computer with you to use it. This guy comes with the remote. It's self-standing. It works great. And get you access to all your great videos. And, of course, it's not dependent on infrared. It's, you don't have to see the box or even point it at the box to do anything. So that's one of those lovely things. And the menu, even with the stick is being smaller and obviously less powerful than the actual Fire TV itself, it still has the peppiness. It's a great little product. And for $25 right now, even at $39, it would be my go-to device for most people, unless you have a specified use or you have Apple products and don't have Amazon Prime. Anybody that has Amazon Prime, if you don't want the full-fledged Apple Fire TV and you're looking for a cheap solution, this is your guy, because this, compared to the Roku streaming stick, I'll take this guy out of the gate almost any day, to be honest, because I know there's a lot more content on the Roku stick, but the price just speaks for itself. So that's the menu system. If you want to see more, obviously look at the Fire TV review. There's going to be a little bit more in there as well, but all in all, I couldn't be happier for $39. $25, I was all about it. I couldn't say no. So, there you go. So here is one of those problems, and I'm sure it could be the same thing with the Chromecast as well, but with any of those sticks that stick directly into the HDMI port, obviously they're using Wi-Fi, and yes, you can cause interference. And here we have a case where I have my Apple TV, which is sitting on my desk, or I'm actually on a dresser here in my bedroom, and running through an HDMI cable into the back of the TV, and the other HDMI port that I have on the TV is right next to it, and that's where the Fire TV stick is plugged directly into it. And you can see where every so often there's hiccups kind of in the connection, and it actually gets a lot worse if I'm doing anything with the Fire TV. So if the Fire TV was running, so when I was actually plugged in first, when I first was starting it up, it was doing its update, which it was actually taking a lot longer than it should have, but I let it go and I switched over to my Apple TV. Couldn't watch anything because of the fact that it was just doing all sorts of hiccups. And I can see if I can't get it to kind of slow down there for a little bit. That's good at least. But it was hiccuping like crazy. And you probably saw a few flickers while I was talking originally. But just do it again. It's intermittent. It'll stop for there we go. Just went all sorts of crazy, and it just keeps losing connections to that HDMI. And that's just because now I'm playing with the remote. As soon as I start playing with it, it's trying to connect to my Wi-Fi and pull stuff off the Wi-Fi. It just messes with the signal. And I found that it definitely is that, because if I actually come back here and unplug it, and here's the Fire TV stick plugged into the power, all you do is, and they obviously have thought of this, obviously they give you this little extension that pulls it out 3-4 inches from the HDMI port. That's all it takes. So whether or not this is because you just can't get the Fire TV stick where your HDMI port is, maybe it's against a wall, so you'd have to do it like this anyway, but use it unless, I mean, obviously if you don't have any HDMI cables that are running along it, but that that little Wi-Fi, or I'm assuming it's Wi-Fi, or it could be the Bluetooth through the remote, or whatever it is, definitely messes with other HDMI ports. And you haven't seen this flicker at all. I've tried doing it, the different HDMI, it doesn't matter. It's as soon as that is anywhere near the Apple TV cord. So in this case, I just plug in the little adapter and plug it. I reach it back here. And once I do that, I don't have any more problems. So that is one of those things that you're going to have to keep an eye on for any of those sticks. Things like that. Obviously in my case, or in most cases, that little extension they give you in the box, I mean, you don't have to pay extra for it. It's in the box already. It works wonders. So just so you know. And for those of you wondering if their games and stuff are still available on the Apple or the Amazon Fire TV stick, you are right here. So here's one of my favorite little free little games that they have. I haven't really played on the Fire TV stick very much at all. Actually, this is my first official run, but it still works great. You know, it's always great when you find a little free little game that you can have some fun with while you're laying in bed or sitting on the couch or, you know, doing whatever. So you don't have to watch me play this. Get one. Try it out. So that's the Amazon Fire TV stick. Handy little box, looking for your local retailer. If you order it from Amazon, they're not shipping until January 15th now with all their pre-orders they got to fill up. But you can get it at a store if you're lucky enough to get one before they're sold out. And if you get one this week at least, which is Thanksgiving week, $25 in a lot of places. So you can't, I think it's $24 actually. But I couldn't say no to that, to be honest. I couldn't. I wanted to get one anyway for my bedroom because I am an Amazon Prime member. And I did, you know, you don't have the Prime or the Amazon app through Apple TV without using AirPlay with an iPhone or an iPad or a Mac for that matter. So this gives me that, and it gives me access to other things that my Apple TV doesn't do. So fantastic addition to my collection of entertainment options. And do yourself a favor, get yourself one of these while they're nice and cheap. And why don't you pick one up for a friend, relative as well? Because if they have one, they can at least take it back anyway. But these are usable. Obviously, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you're probably going to want to get it on all your TVs. Most people have more than one TV, so most people could do with that themselves with more than one of these guys. So get it as a gift. It's a fantastic gift for this holiday season. So thanks for watching. If you have any comments, comment below. Subscribe above. Let me know how I'm doing. You can contact me at contact@thetechgooch.com. And let me know if you have any recommendations for future videos. That said, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.